Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Intellectual Films, and today I want to talk to you guys about the All-Star QB himself, Vic Stone, aka Cyborg. So I've recently invested in Cyborg because his moveset just looked amazing. His kit looked incredible and very fun to play with, and that is indeed true. He feels like one of the more powerful characters in the game. Just his kit flows together very well, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend to you guys how you should go about upgrading Cyborg, how you should prioritize his legendaries. If I assume the majority of you guys have him at Legendary 1 simply because of the sale that occurred not too long ago, about a week ago, I would say. So here's my recommendations. First off, he's a damage dealer essentially. He just does an insane amounts of damage. It's a medium start, I would say, not in no ways that a slow start, basically due to his overclock. This is the first move I want to talk about because this is what caught my attention initially, is the overclock. So you gain 3 speeds up, so obviously this is very good. Your next couple turns are going to be fairly quickly. You have a 40. Now again, just fair disclaimer here. I'm at level 6, so his strength ups and his chance to obtain the 3 strength ups is quite high. Maybe you guys don't have it that high, but I would say just dump all your resources into overclock. So gain 3 speed up, 45 chance to gain a 3 strength ups, and gain 50% turn meter. So this is the move I always start off with. It's just very good. Especially if you're using characters that can buff, and I'll get as to why you should have at least 2 characters on your team that apply team buffs. But this is the move that I would pull my first legendary point. You gain the 50 turn meter. You get to have that first turn. You get to have that next turn fairly quickly, which is where you want to use your triangulating blast. So this is damage to an enemy and gain that very, very special 100% chance damage, which we will use for our charged cannon, and gain a strength up. So this is very good. Won't necessarily kill your opponent, but it'll do a fair amount of damage. And again, it'll ensure you get your charged cannon very quickly, which will pretty much one-shot anyone. In terms of its legendary ability, again, not going to prioritize this at all. I would say gain 5 crit up. Okay, that's fine, but usually charged cannon can just kill with one shot anyway. So going to the charged cannon now, heavy damage to an enemy, 30% chance to hit. Again, we went through the moveset here. You're going to use overclock, go into triangulating blast, and then you're going to use the charged cannon. So you're going to hit this no matter what. Unless, of course, you've been debuffed, in which case you're forced to use the triangulating blast again. Which is fairly disappointing, but again, that's the price you pay rather. And again, fair warning here, he can die in one shot very quickly. He's not very good in terms of managing his health. So he's in no way a defense or tanky character. He is very vulnerable when you're coming to battle. So if you are facing off against somebody like Wonder Woman, and this has happened to me several times, she can just one-shot you at the beginning of the match, in PvP, of course, I'm referring to. So that is one thing to watch out for. But if he does get going, if he does get the overclock going, if he does get the buff, if he does get the team buffs start to go, he can be fairly effective. And again, the way to just avoid this altogether would be to just play in a defensive team. Just, put like somebody like perhaps Supergirl or Hal Jordan, Green Lantern as your leader, just to give him that extra cushion, so you don't have to deal with one shot. So you can eventually get him going. But back to one of his more useful moves is Team Sport. So 15% chance to gain strength up if Cyborg is buffed. So this is where the team buffs come in. You want to have at least 2 characters on your team that buff up your team, rather. I would recommend somebody like Wonder Woman, the registration Wonder Woman. I can never remember what her Logan is, her subtitle rather is. But I would recommend her. She gives the strength ups. Again, possibility that he can get even more strengths up. There have been points where I've gotten 4 or 5 strength ups on him, just to start off the match. Just right when you're starting off, everybody is getting off their first moves and first turns. So it will, and again, you can kill somebody with your just your triangling blast if you are getting that many buffs. Again, you want to work the turn meter here. You want to be very quick. So I use World's Greatest Detective Batman on my team as well for team buffs. it works for me. It's very effective for me. I tend to win fairly a fair amount of matches in PvP due to this setup. But this is very good. This is where I would again put my second legendary point if I were to acquire him to legendary 2. It guarantees another strength up. Again, what you want to do is you want to make sure that his first 3 turns he's doing enough damage. He's killing. If he can kill somebody with his triangulating blast right away, dude, you're in business. You're there to work. You're guaranteed again a 1-shot on his charge cannon. So in that, he's just an extremely powerful character that can eliminate 2 enemies within the first 3-4 turns, possibly 3 turns. Optimized systems. Now, I see a lot of people using him as a team leader. I personally don't recommend this at all. Even if you are using characters, all 3 your remaining characters are, team buffs. So if you are using somebody like Support Suit Lex, Wonder Woman, Batman, Cheetah, what have you. If you are using all those characters and you think this would be fine, this would be a fantastic leadership. It can help you. Again, if you have this entirely leveled up. And I haven't looked at the the chance to gain 50%. So increases the percentage of legendary power. Maybe not the best, but I suppose if you are playing a super speed team, this could work in your favor. But I wouldn't necessarily count on this. And I wouldn't rest on this because you have to understand what Cyborg is primarily there for, and he's just there to do an insane amount of damage at the beginning of the match. But again, the only way to start him to get him going is the Overclock. So start off with that, go into Triangulating Blast, and then use the Charge Cannon. He's probably the funnest character in my mind, just because I feel like they do him justice in this game. This is what I would imagine Cyborg what his abilities would be able to do, what he's capable of rather. And I think they've done a fairly good job here in this game. Again, I can't say that about all the characters of this game, but certainly Cyborg is somebody that I would invest in. So if you do have characters again that are that apply team buffs, you do have characters that reward Cyborg's abilities. I would recommend putting Cyborg in your team. Again, he's a very quick character. He does an insane, absurd amount of damage. He may not be the best for, let's say, PvE, but he certainly is useful in PvP. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Cyborg, Vicstone Cyborg, in the comments section below. How are you guys using him? Are you even using him? Maybe he's just sitting there at Legendary 1 and you haven't even contemplated the fact that you may want to implement him within your team. So let me know, guys, in the comment section below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys soon. Cheers.